Okay, it's rolling. My gotcha question comes in 3, 2, 1. I'm here with Comrade Groc, who's here every Saturday at City Hall from 10 to 12. And my question is Islam compatible with communism? Hello and welcome to my channel, Fighting Hate 101. I'm your host, Keck Vest. My channel is predominantly centered around the weekly rallies and protests that happen here in Hamilton every week at City Hall. It consists largely of two groups. One, the Hamilton Yellow Vests, who are opposing the carbon tax and a corrupt Trudeau government, and another group that seems to want to end hate and racism. And they do so by stalking the previous group and following them wherever they go while crying harassment anytime someone challenges them or asks them why they're there. One figure in the group that's not necessarily taking sides is Comrade Groc. He's there every week. He's always there quietly, peacefully, with this sign that simply reads, "No to War." So I got a chance this Saturday, because not much was going on, to have a conversation with Comrade Groc, and I did the best I could, and please enjoy the interview. Hi, welcome to Fighting Hate 101. I'm here with Comrade Groc. He's here every Saturday. He's been watching everything that's going on, and I've had all week to come up with a question that I think is a gotcha question. Comrade Groc here is a devout communist, an outspoken communist, I think. And my question is Islam compatible with communism?
Yeah, well, this is a very asked question we made. And, well, you want a yes-no answer. Islam is a religion, right?
Yes.
Christianity is a religion. Okay?
Yes.
Hinduism is a religion. All these religions really have the same issue with so-called communism. Okay? We're talking about technological communism. We're talking about future communism. There was a time in the past where people lived communally, and that's what we call primitive communism. Okay? But, usually you'll hear people talking about it. But back to religion. I mean, people want to be happy. Okay? People want to live well, enjoy their lives, love their families, right? Mm-hmm. Enjoy fulsome lives, right?
Enjoy freedoms.
Well, that is freedom. You see, now you're talking about the real difference with religion and like science, okay? Because when we talk about communism, we're actually talking about socialism here, because that's the next step beyond capitalism. And so we're talking about, is religion compatible with socialism? First of all, before talking about is it compatible with communism, because you wouldn't get that far if it wasn't compatible with socialism. Mm-hmm. There's a progression. Okay. The only reason religion really exists like a capitalism at all is because it's very useful to keeping people in line. It's as simple as that. The oligarchs just want to keep people in line, and religion's almost a freebie. It's come down from the feudal past, and it's still making itself damn useful. However, there are people in what they call the faith communities who are trying very hard to be very liberal and transition capitalism to something fairer, which us communists know this ain't really going to happen without a kick in the ass. Okay? So, religion, okay, I mean, religious people believe in an afterlife. They believe in God, right? They believe in a supernatural.
Most religions, yes.
Material world. So the philosophers have covered all this before, okay? And to give philosophers their due, we should really be talking about what they have discovered about the very question you asked, okay? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, not so much communism as is religion compatible with science. That's really...
No, it's not.
Oh, actually it is. You see, we're going to disagree on that, but I'm telling you, when you talk communism, you're talking science. And when you talk religion, you're talking idealism. That's what philosophers call idealism.
Okay, but may I?
Yes, sure.
But religion, by necessity, requires that you cancel out critical thinking. It's a
Well,
requirement that you take it on faith.
No, not necessarily. No, you can be very extremely religious and yet extremely critical in the most deepest philosophical sense. You simply maintain the belief system you learned as a child or something like that. You know that it's kind of a fairy tale if you're at a very high level. But it's a wonderful fairy tale, so why not live it? Right? Like Buddha would be in that category of person, right?
Yeah.
And I guess Jesus, if he actually existed, which there's some doubt about that, that kind of person, okay? You know, I myself wander around a lot because I'm just trying to draw what's going on right here, every Saturday and beyond. Right? And I don't like a lot of what I see, especially from the suits in here and over there. You know,
I'm not happy with it myself.
yeah, I see that's something we got in common.
Yeah.
Class of people.
Well, I was here 2 months ago, and I had my, you were here that day. We were here every weekend. It was my, when Justin Trudeau got caught with the blackface, and my sign was Trudeau was a white supremacist.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it. They didn't like it much at all. So,
Who's they?
the SJW crowd.
Okay.
So,
These guys.
the SJW crowd. Not necessarily everybody that's here right now.
Right, okay, I got you.
But what ended up happening was they didn't like my sign, so about 4 or 5 of them surrounded me and tried to use their signs to block my sign out.
That. I might even got on video.
You might even have that on video. That would be awesome. Because if you could find the video, you'll find that Councillor.
You gotta get in line. I'm sorry, I got a lot of other things.
I hear that, but if you were to
I'll keep that.
if you were to find the video, you'll notice that Brad Clark.
I'll let you know.
Brad Clark is 6 feet behind me while it was happening. And while it was happening, I turned up to Brad Clark and I said, "Look, you see what's going on here?" I go, "How long until somebody ends up on the street fighting over pulling out signs or blocking my signs?" Which is exactly what happened.
Well, hey, I wish I was here. That's one fucking day I missed in a long time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, me and Councillor Clark, we both agreed he wasn't going to do a damn thing about it, but that he would get all huffy when it finally happened. So I'm waiting to see how angry he gets, right? Because he had every opportunity to do something with it.
Here we are this Saturday. Let's see what happens.
Well, the snow's going to keep it peaceful this Saturday.
Well, if somebody really wants trouble, snow, the sleet's not going to keep them away. I dress, anytime.
I have it on good authority. This is going to go rather peacefully.
Okay.
And
At least to know.
but okay, so violence never changes hearts and minds.
That's another more complicated question. You know, if you're going to ask fundamental questions, you got to really be careful with the words, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to talk louder if I'm going to hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got to work on it. It's a vape, man. I feel my Celia seasoned up here.
So what solutions do you see to the violence?
Socialism.
Socialism will solve violence
All problems that contribute to solve
here at City Hall.
everywhere in the world. It has to be worldwide. Okay, it doesn't work otherwise.
How would socialism end the violence here?
Well, it's not going to end the violence here right now.
Yeah.
It's going to end violence in general. I mean, it's going to stop World War III for one thing. See, if we don't stop these assholes, we're going to have a world war, and that's to put. Humanity will be gone. That's what concerns me right now. I want to see socialism. I don't want to see the end of humanity. Mm-hmm. And capitalism has no future. Well, that seems to be the germane point to a lot of other people. That they think capitalism is somehow going to win out. No, this is the end of capitalism.
Well, capitalism is winning out right now.
No, it's not winning.
You got people flocking to capitalist countries all over the world right now.
They're coming to the countries that are destroying their countries. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't you understand the way it's actually working? Seriously, these assholes here are rich because they're ripping off their countries, so the people come here for either economic and or humanitarian reasons. And it's all humanitarian reasons as far as I'm concerned. Which is why I say no borders, as a socialist, no borders, bourgeois nation states are no longer relevant in the international network that now exists.
Okay.
Well, part of why all this bullshit is falling apart right now. Capitalism is not winning. Everything is polarized. That's what's happening. The only reason right-wingers are winning elections because basically fewer and fewer people are voting. And only more and more right-wing people are coming out.
That's one explanation.
That would explain Labour's fucking loss in Britain. Okay?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. That would
explain Labour's loss in Britain the other day. See, all these right-wingers want to do is toot, oh, we won, we're the greatest. When really...
It's nice to have a victory.
No, really, the real story is in the numbers of people who voted. And I haven't seen that data yet, but I can bet you speak Dippy that it's going to show a very low turnout for Labour because of fucking Corbyn and those Blairites, okay? Anyway, that's part of this falling apart process because the EU is falling apart and so is NATO. So, right, we're just not winning. It's just getting more and more dangerous.
Well, okay, one thing I haven't been following it that intensely, but I'm pretty sure that your average Brit knew the importance of the election that just happened.
Why would any working class person vote for the Conservative Party? Why would any immigrant vote for the Conservative Party? No, something else.
I don't know if I think a lot of Canadian immigrants would fight for freedom of speech in this country.
Oh, for Canadian immigrants?
Yeah.
People from other countries living in Canada.
Yeah. Right. Like I've talked to a lot of Canadian immigrants that they came here for the freedom and the freedom of speech, right? And since freedom of speech has suddenly become a right-wing idea overnight.
No. I mean, that's your right-wing fantasy. This is still when you're talking about freedom, you're still talking about the economic freedom that they seek here that they can't get where they came from. And we have the economic freedom, therefore, people are not on top of each other as much here as are in other countries, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still more wealth being distributed here than there. But
yes.
Still, they're ripping us off here too, and here is what concerns us.
Yes.
Those people are still economic refugees of the soil, because I'm sure most people would rather succeed in their own country where they came from. And you see, the irony of it all is you right-wingers want them all to go home, and a lot of them, especially in the early days, before they built a life here, would very gladly go home if somehow they could succeed back home at least half as well as they succeeded here.
Well, if you don't have the economic advantages you have here.
Why? Why is there economic advantages? See, you have to ask those questions.
Freedom of speech.
Country. NATO is just for a reason. NATO is a police of the imperialist holocaust.
Okay.
The world police. That's what they think they are. And other people in the world are different. Say the Russians and the Chinese and even other bourgeois nation states. But the point is to move beyond the bourgeois nation state. We have to get rid of the nukes, starting with Israel and Israeli nukes. Okay? Israel's got to be denuclearized right away.
How do you do that?
The only way possible is through the U.S. So the key is getting rid of the U.S. regime that is threatening World War III on humanity. Right now, this very minute, the Trump regime.
Okay.
But the Democrats do all of this. It's a deep state.
Well, wait a minute. Saudi Arabia has nukes.
It may or may not.
Right? I mean, Israel does have enemies that have nukes.
Saudi Arabia would have nukes is just the same reason the Israelis have the nukes.
Yes.
Because the U.S. and Canada, Kazakhstan, they call it, and these other NATO freaks in Europe, and these Australia and New Zealand too. This little cabal of English and West European oligarchs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who think they have the right to rule the world, and they get caught up in the popular imagination on all these conspiracy theories about the Rothschilds and all that fucking and reptilians and whatever the fucking insane crap he's like.
I haven't ruled out reptiles for the record.
Graves for me, I don't know, man.
No, I guess my point with Israel, and I don't take sides on Israel, right?
I got something to say to Israel.
What I know about Israel is that it's not something that you figure out in 2 hours of reading.
I spent my whole life on it.
Yeah, and it's either you're willing to dedicate a lot of time on the Israel situation, or you really don't have a.
That's my answer.
I noticed that.
Israel, okay? The Zionists. Okay?
Oh, I thought that was Palestinian. What you're.
This is Palestinian. Kafir.
Okay, so back to if Israel Israel does have a right, as much as they don't take sides with Israel,
they're in front of the world.
They do have the right to defend themselves.
Who's they? You mean those fucking assholes?
The citizens.
The Zionist assholes that are fucking shitting all over the Palestinians because of the outpost of fucking British and U.S. imperialism and French imperialism there? Come on. Look. See, to solve the problems of the world, it's all got to be done with a neat little freaking kind of like ritualistic chess game, okay?
Okay.
And all the pieces, you clear this all out, come out so everybody is ahead, and as few people as possible are dead. Because if these right-wing motherfuckers like, let's say, Pompeo, Trump, all this cabal, the Bolton, these insane, crazy neocons, these Christian crazies, see somehow the rapture's gonna come and they blow up fucking humanity. These people are a threat to the entire world. We gotta get rid of them. They gotta be taken out of power. That includes the Democrats too.
And now we're back to, do we use violence to do it or not?
Well, there's gonna be violence one or the other. The question is why, how, and who. Okay? When. All that shit. Right? That's the only way to talk about violence is who's fucking doing it to who when. Otherwise, you talk about the abstract, you're playing the mugs game. Okay? That's a right-wing thing. I'm not going to talk in the abstract. That's idealistic. It goes back to religion versus science shit.
Yeah.
All is one. Now I'm going to be accused of being a fucking structuralist. It's all one big intellectual. See, it's about understanding the world. The world is real. Okay, it happens. It's a real thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the world couldn't work if it wasn't real. It's here. It's real. We're real. We're real objects in the real world. If I walked into you,
unless
one or both of us would fall over, right?
Yeah. You gonna jump me? Not more violence at City Hall.
Yes, I don't give a shit. I'll put you through the fucking dashboard. You heard it, right?
So I'm going to wrap this up because we've been at this for 15 minutes, and we've been all over the map.
Hey, the map, yeah.
So I'm going to go back to my original question with religion and communism.
Yes, they're compatible.
Actually, two things about communism that you said. That the first is about opening your borders up, right?
No borders.
Now,
no one is illegal.
My understanding is if I were to try to cross into China or North Korea, well, I'm inviting trouble.
We need to have international understanding here, okay?
Yeah.
Right now, when I say no borders, no one's illegal, we're talking only North America right now.
All right, but
practically speaking.
Well, the other is mostly about North Korea.
Context.
Kim Jong-un, he's a communist, correct?
Context, keep the context. Don't keep jumping around.
That's why I said two things.
Kim Jong-un, what about it?
Okay, this ties into the religion.
Guy, right?
Yeah, and I am jumping around. I'll take half the credit for that. So Kim Jong-un is a living god in North Korea.
No. Who said that shit?
Kim Jong-un and anyone who doesn't want to get shot.
Come on. Try out the reference. No way that guy said.
You're disputing my claim.
Yes.
I'm not.
I think somebody might have claimed that he's effectively like that.
Okay.
But then you're talking about the context again. See, taking things out of context is what right-wingers do, and that's not allowed intellectually. You're not going to win any debates, real debates, I mean, your set up gotcha debates, maybe, if you want to have a setup them. Well, you're not going to actually win any arguments unless the entire context of your argument is well understood by both sides, and it's very, very clear. That goes back to the Greeks, that form of argumentation. You can thank them for that.
Okay.
It's called dialectic, actually.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you over the traffic.
It's called dialectic.
Dialectic? You love throwing these new words at me. You love throwing these new words at me.
This is what education everybody should have had. Okay? We've been shortchanged educationally for one.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, we learn too much stuff that is simply not necessary in school.
Well, they're trying to basically bread and circuses now. They're trying to keep you occupied with hockey games and fucking keyboard games.
Yeah, my understanding is in schools today you learn a lot more about feelings than facts.
The problem in school is that they stream kids to different levels as part of the class differentiation. Some kids get a good technical education, other kids get shit.
Yeah.
That's got to stop. We're going to put an end to it.
You're
That's
saying
been
there
socialism.
should be equity across the board.
Absolutely, everywhere. These people are guilty of malfeasance of the various. Gross, criminal malfeasance of the highest fucking order. They've got to be replaced. Utterly.
I'd like to see myself replace one of them next election.
Go to it, man.
But I'm only just talking right now. But yeah, I have my eye on Ward 3.
Which one is that?
That's her internet.
I don't want you to be like fucking talking.
I beg your
I
pardon?
wouldn't vote for you, no way.
I don't think anyone would vote for me. I think it would just be fun to run against her. Call her a racist for a while.
She call you
It
a
works. It wins
racist?
elections.
She call you a racist?
No. In all fairness, no. Nurinder Nan has never called me a racist, nor have I even had an encounter with
She
her.
seems like a nice person.
I get that feeling from listening to her when she talks in what do they call that?
Look,
Chambers?
we're all human beings. We're all people. We should all be civil to each other as much as possible.
Yes.
Because there's going to be violence. Because there's some people just won't listen. Okay? Like those shooters that shot those Jewish people in Jersey City. Though.
New to me.
I mean, what the fuck? Seriously. I mean, I know very little about what happened. Seriously.
Did you hear about York?
Huh?
Did you hear about York University? The IDF soldiers were at York to have a lecture with the Jewish students, and they were shut down. News, Patriot Lily Hamilton. Yeah, she did a really good video. She talked a bit through it, but yeah, it was clear what's going on there.
Yeah, so there's a Jewish group there, but
They were having a talk, and the Palestinians and the SJW showed up. There was violence.
Okay, now there's a context, okay? But,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about it. I know nothing about it. It's on video, right?
It's again, Patriot Lily put it on her channel, or Lily Toronto, I think she's called now.
What's her channel? Patriot Lily?
It's called Lily Toronto. She changes her name all the time.
So spell it Lily.
Lily
You
Toronto.
don't have to spell Toronto, I know that stuff. Unless you
Okay.
change it.
So I'm going to wrap this up because we're over 20 minutes. So if there was one message that you could say that you would convey above all other messages, what would it be?
I'd say we have to disarm the world military of nuclear weapons, starting with Israel and the United States. Disarm everybody, all over the world. And then we have to transition as peacefully as possible to a socialist society.
Okay.
The end.
That'd open up a new can of worms. So I'll leave it at that. This is Comrade Groc. He's anti-war, and that's the main thing. And you're watching Fighting Hate 101.